Hello and thank you for joining us on Newsweek, where we highlight some of the biggest stories that made the headlines recently. I am Jacinta Obiagwu. This week, the Court of Appeal in Abuja quashed the terrorism charge the federal government preferred against the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. Also this week, the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, suspended its 8-month-old strike conditionally after its National Executive Committee marathon meeting, which started from Thursday night to the early hours of Friday. Later on the show, we will take a look at why more than 2 million registered voters will not be able to vote in the 2023 elections. All the details in a moment. Stay with us. Well, the Court of Appeal in Abuja on Thursday quashed the terrorism charge the federal government preferred against the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. But in a swift reaction, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, argued that the court only discharged Kanu and did not acquit him. Now joining me via Zoom, I have lawyer and senior advocate of Nigeria, Chino Obiagwu. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
All right. Now, let's make us understand this. Nnamdi Kanu is discharged but not acquitted. What do you make of this judgment? Are you there, Mr. Obiagwu?
Yes, I'm here, but I can't hear you.
Okay, I'll repeat my question. Abak said if he was if he was discharged and not acquitted, can you tell us what you make of this whole judgment?
Well, I've not seen a copy of the judgment of the court to know whether the judgment, the justices of the Court of Appeal said he was discharged or acquitted, or that the rendition was set aside. I've not read the judgment to know what the consequential order is. But from the reports we're getting, if it is discharged, of course, discharge is not an acquittal. Discharge means the charge can be brought back, but it is not a dismissal on merit. But if it's discharged and acquitted, then it is on merit, and he cannot be charged for the same offense. But remember, that what is at the Court of Appeal was a matter of rendition and not validity of the charge.
All right. In what ways do you think this case can possibly affect the 2023 elections?
Well, I think the government should take a political solution because the court had already spoken loudly that the rendition was illegal. And therefore, if the foundation is illegal, then anything that's placed on that foundation is illegal. You cannot place something on nothing and expect it to stand. So all the trials going on based on that rendition are illegal, and the court has said so. And government had earlier said that they will wait and obey the decision of the court. So if the Court of Appeal in Abuja has given a decision, the government should not hesitate to carry out the decision, release him, and if they have another charge, they can bring it back. But the proper thing to be done is to release the defendant, because the court has said the process that brought him to trial is faulted, is illegal. There's no other argument about that. If the government has, if the Attorney General or the prosecutor has any other charge against him, he's free to bring it back, but not on this particular instance to disobey the decision of the court.
All right, before I let you go, let me ask you this last question. Do you also think Nnamdi Kanu's eventual release will help calm the tensions in the Southeast as the 2023 election draw closer?
Of course it will. It's a security issue that will affect the elections. And I think the government needs to take note of that. And in order to create a better atmosphere for a peaceful election, Nnamdi Kanu should be released. That should ease the tension in the polity and allow peace to reign towards the election.
All right, thank you very much for joining us. Lawyer and senior advocate of Nigeria, Chino Obiagwu. Thank you.
Thank you very much.